Okay, so as we can see, I took a pre-market trade already. It's 9:25 a.m. So I took a pre-market trade off this VWAP. Um, Obviously, it's very low volume pre-market. I set this limit order. Um, it's just very very premature. As you can see, there's no volume in this area, so we didn't stop till we got down here. I got back in at 63.41.25. Bounced around here a little bit, came up a little. So now, 4 minutes into the open, I don't know whether I should hold this into the open or not, to be honest with you. But maybe with this push I will. Just because I know once the volume comes in, it can wick down pretty fast. So my stop is down here at 63.36.25. We'll see if that can hold and the trend continues to kind of be bullish up, at least on this time frame. I did learn this morning in it's just onto the oscillator chapter of technical analysis for the financial markets, and it does talk about how oscillators are less reliable in the beginning of a move, but much more reliable as far as the end of the move. And I've seen that to be the case as well. Whereas if you're looking at like the MACD, which is an oscillator, for instance, it's not the best at kind of, I don't know, entry signals. Let's just say that. But as the trend continues, then it becomes more and more kind of an important or a trustworthy kind of indicator. And I found that to be true too. So I'll keep that in mind when like market opening. I'm not sure how much the MACD helps at all. But as the day goes on, I think it becomes a more and more kind of reliable indicator. So we'll see there. Today also I'm trading ES, not the micro. I'm trading the mini. So we'll see how this goes. It's a 5K account, so technically I'm risking 5%, $250 a trade. But that kind of comes into like I have $25,000. It's just in another account that I can easily, in my head, I'm like, this is for trading. So just because the money isn't in this account, it's in another account gaining interest. I think that makes a little more sense. Tom Hogarth said this the other day in one of the videos I watched when he was talking about, the typical 1% risk. That means you have a ton of money sitting in your account doing nothing. So, like, what's the point of it just sitting there if you're not going to use it? It can just be in a different account doing something else. Okay, well, market's about to open. I got to step away and check on the baby, but it's recording, so we will see how this plays out, if it gaps down or if we get a pop-up.
have filled.
Okay, back. We got some good movement. This was the right entry. Glad I got stopped out here and continued. Kind of sucks I jumped the gun here. So what happened was, it was early morning. I just put in a limit order and went to take care of the baby. So maybe this is a sign not to do that anymore. Like if I can't be around to see what's going on and look at price action. Or what I could have done is taken this, I think they call it a fair value gap, whatever, just a gap in the volume into consideration, knowing that if we broke below here, look at that volume from before, it's likely that we would come down to this area. So if I was going to set a limit and walk away, better to be super safe, set it down here, and then if it doesn't get hit, it doesn't get hit. That's not a big deal. But at least or just don't put in limit orders and walk away. So 1 for 2 so far today, but with the risk reward, that's perfectly fine. We're on the 15-minute here, so still a very bullish candle. If this just keeps going up on the 15, like, shoot, this could be a trend day. But what I'm gonna do, let me see, we got 3 more minutes left on this candle. Super bullish, like this might just keep going up. But I'm already out of the trade, so I will wait for a re-entry once this comes back down, if it comes back down. If we just go straight up today, that'll kind of suck a little bit for not letting it run, but that's not what I'm doing right now, so I can live with that. But hopefully I get another opportunity to enter again. Look at us pushing. Here's pre-market highs. If we got that, got pushing, we're at 53. I got out at 51.50 or 51.25. Another couple points. So I am trading ES today. 10 times basically the size of the MES contract I traded last week. Maybe this was a good take profit. So we'll see what happens if we get this to come back down. I might jump in again for another trade. See if we could get 2 good trades. Now that more volume is coming in. Market open. We'll see. This is a super strong candle. I mean, it has been so far. We'll see if it retraces a bit. But I'm thinking if I wait until it hits the VWAP for an entry, or whether I should front run it a little bit. Maybe I'll just be safer. From what I've seen is, like, in the mornings when there's a lot of volume, it typically will cross. It'll cross and then come back. Later in the day, if it's coming back from a really long move, sometimes it doesn't get back to the VWAP. So you have to kind of watch it. And when you see it kind of stalling out, about to reverse, you got to get in there. That's what happened yesterday. Or not yesterday, but Friday. Luckily, I was able to get in on another bounce. But that happened. This we're moving. This is strong. This is a strong move. Look at this. Ooh. Goodness. Look at this thing. I don't know, for another 5 points if I wanted. Look at this rocket. Now this would have been one of those days where it would have been perfect to add to a winning position. This made almost double the move. Now this is a super strong move up. if that's going to be the direction for the day, I definitely hope I can get another entry, because this is a clear indication that we want to move up. So if we can get anywhere close to VWAP, I want to get back in this thing. They have you know what? I don't know how to set alerts here. Can you even set alerts? Here we go. New alert. Instrument. Last price. Less than. What did I want? 63.50. Create. Yes. So interested there. We'll see if that alert comes through my phone or I get what I need to. Otherwise, I'm only getting in on the pullbacks. Also, you'll notice I removed the trade stuff for that shows the P&L. Because I just don't think it's good for your psychology to be looking at your P&L wiggle around all day, to be honest. So I cut that out. Anyway, I'm actually not just gonna let this record live. I'm gonna pause it so these videos aren't so long and I don't have so much dead space that I have to fast forward through. So I'll pause and I'll I'll jump back in if my alert gets hit and I'm getting ready to trade again. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna do a quick recap because I took a bunch of off-camera trades. Really just fucked around all day. Ruined a good day. A little disappointed in myself. Let's just start with the recap. This was pre-market. Had the right idea but got in early. So entered in at 45.50, got stopped out at 40.50, hopped right back in at 41.25. Rode this up for 10 points. This probably should have been the end of my day. Anyway, watched S&P take off pretty much all day. Around here, 11 o'clock, this was boredom trading. I thought we had seen highs. I was going to take a short, I know, going against the trend, near all-time highs. I was going to take a short to get, you know, as we got closer to my entry. Went right back the other way. Got up here, bad idea. Thought it was going to continue. because we'd broken the high, but only by like maybe $1. Came back, stopped me out. So at this point I'm like, what the fuck? Here again, not following any of my trading plans. This is all, BS. Here, I take a short. So I'm thinking, I know I want to get long around here. So I figure why not take a quick short on the way down there. So I get my first entry here, we go down, come back up, come back down, get my second entry, pop back up a little bit. Then these candles were fast, they flashed down. I couldn't get out quick enough, so I got out here for a little bit of profit. Then we come back up and down, and here we're at 66, which is just close enough to get my entry in, because I just want my stop loss to be under VWAP. So I was a little early here, because what was VWAP at on this line? Yeah, so I was a little bit early with this 66, but being as how this is such a strong move, I didn't think I was going to get back down here. So I got in here, which was okay. Actually, I got in here, moved up immediately, came back down a little bit. I took a second entry here, and then we rode this up here, not for a full take profit, but since things were chopping up and my take profit would have been above all-time highs, I decided to get out here. It turned out to be the right thing to do, because we turned over and started coming down all afternoon. I took this trade hoping for a bounce off VWAP that quickly failed. Here I got back in again, hoping we would still see that bounce, and maybe I was just early. Really quick failure. So now 2 more losses added on. And then my last trade, just to try and salvage a little something, this trade was just $62, shorted here, and then covered right here. And as you can see, this is what's going on right now. Looks like some consolidation, basically. But if we look at this, like, and we see this double top here, I think it's easier to see over here. If you consider these two the double tops, and then as you can see over here on the MACD, it does start to roll over, pretty extended. We see the cross right here. So I should have taken this into account when I took this trade long. I should have known, like, look, this is very bearish. This cross right here, and we're under the 0 on the MACD, so that should have invalidated my long trade. Since we were no longer with the trend, I should not have expected this VWAP to bounce. So I ignored that, and it cost me all my profits for the day. So pretty disappointing. That's what happens when you don't follow the rules. Down 100 for the day, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But if we look, total trades 11, way too many. Gross P&L was $37.50, but you add in the fees and commissions, and that knocks me down to $100 loss for the day. For profit trades, $12.50, lost $12.87. I am up on winning trades, but some of them were small, and I closed them early because they're outside of my system. The 10 points just isn't happening this late in the day. So we can kind of look at my cumulative P&L throughout the day. Let me see if I can zoom in on here. So we can see these are just commissions. We can see I lost my first trade. That put me down 260. Won my next one, put me up about 230. Could have stopped there, lost my next trade, so now I'm down 20. Lost the next one, down 275. Then I won 195. Won another small one, 167. Won my next trade, got me up to 142. And then I got up to 391. Definitely should have called it a day, but started looking at charts around 3. Took those last trades, which, brought me down into the negative. So it's a lesson for myself, a lesson for, those watching. And I was trading ES today, so, more high stakes. Just feel like, I guess it's not a wasted a day because I learned some stuff. It's things I already know, so I don't feel like I'm actually like learning, but I guess I am learning. Or I guess I'm not learning unless I change my behavior. Otherwise, I'm just experiencing the same things over and over. So, we're counts down 100, 48.56. Let me look at account balance history this month. So first day I was up 41, just trading the micros. Then bad day, over trading, minus 228 on the micros. Up 74, up 69, no trade that day, weekend. And then Monday, on a very seemingly easy day to trade if you just traded the open, down $100. So that's the recap for today. I guess, one good trade tomorrow. If I can just start tomorrow with one good trade, I'm back up 400 over my starting balance. So let's just hope tomorrow I can be kind of clear, stick to my rules, get a winning trade, maybe 2, turn this thing around instead of kind of milling about around the 5K mark. All right, thanks. Like, subscribe, stick around to see how I do tomorrow. Hope you guys all have better luck than me today.